Okay, so I'm going to have Troy show this double wrist grab that I talked about earlier in a video. So somebody comes up and they're holding you from behind, and we're using the bandana to show how this technique works. There may be a third party, a person standing in front of me that's trying to punch me and hit me, but this person is holding my wrist back behind me, okay? So as I explained before, I want to take both hands and send them to this side of my body. I want to bring my hand up and over, which at that point I'm grabbing a hold and securing his wrist. Here I'm grabbing his wrist here. I can now pull his arms against one another and flip him down using both arms, or I can let go of that hand, use the knife hand edge, lift up on the bicep, roll his arm over, lock him in. I can turn him to create a block between me and the third person, or I can go ahead and bend his arm up behind his back, come up here, take him by the neck and the throat, push against his small of his back just to take his balance. So when I go to take his balance, I want to press up into his mandible underneath because it's painful, it hurts, okay? And so when I do that, it takes his balance, but I can use him to shield, and if I, at any point, I can always let go and I can flee, and if I let go of him and I flee now, he's going to fall backwards on his head, coming back this way. He's only up because I'm holding him up. So whether I decide to dump him, spin him and throw him that way, or bring him up or throw him into his buddy and leave. Okay, so then once again, with the bandana, when you're actually doing it at home and you're practicing, you have the bandana behind you and you're simply holding it, okay? So as you go to move, you're going to turn your wrist, bring your hands as you step back next to the person, bring their hands up and over, you're grabbing the wrist, you have the other arm, and you're bringing it up. Or you let go of the other arm and you knife hand at the elbow, and you can bend the elbow and step back behind them and now come up to the head. Notice how the hands still continue to work together and they stay together. And so I can, once I bring his arm up behind, I want to push his waist out, and I want to take the knuckle in my thumb, catch it underneath his mandible. There's a pressure point under there, and I want to lift up on that mandible using this knuckle, which is painful, roll his head back onto my chest where I can hold him there, and if need be, I can step back to flee and drop him. Okay, so that's using the bandana to get out of your a double wrist grab. So if you recall in an earlier video, I was showing, how to rotate around and move the bandana around your body. All right, so essentially that's all you're doing is they grab a hold of you. So watching it even from the back, as they grab a hold of you, I'm stepping, bring the person's arm over, bring his other arm up, and then from here I'm going to turn back, so now you would see the front. Now you're controlling the person, and you're behind them, and you're dragging them around in front of you to protect you from the third party. Okay, that's it.